Gianni Versace was more than just a man. He was a king. He was the king of fashion. Born in Italy, he learned how to create beautiful things from a young age. His mother was a dressmaker, and Gianni watched her work. He saw her take simple cloth and turn it into something magical. This was the start of his amazing journey. He built a fashion empire known all over the world. His designs were bold and full of life. They were colorful and exciting, not for people who wanted to hide, for people who wanted to be seen and admired. His clothes were worn by the most famous people on the planet. Princess Diana wore his gowns, Elton John wore his creations, Madonna wore his creations, Naomi Campbell wore Versace, Cindy Crawford wore Versace. Versace did not just make clothes, he created a lifestyle. His brand, luxury. His brand, power. His brand, beauty. Medusa head logo, symbol of strength and allure. He was a true genius. Versace's influence went far beyond the runway. By the 1990s, Gianni Versace was at the top of his game. But a dark shadow was moving towards his bright world. A shadow that would bring it all to a tragic end. Miami in the 1990s was a city of dreams. It was a sun-drenched paradise on the coast of Florida. The sun was always shining, and the beaches were filled with beautiful people. Ocean Drive was the heart of South Beach. Colorful Art Deco hotels framed the boulevard. Latin music filled the air. Ferraris cruised slowly down the street. Lamborghinis rolled by, engines rumbling. It was a place of energy and excitement. Gianni Versace loved this city. He bought a stunning mansion on Ocean Drive in 1992. He spent millions restoring it. He filled it with incredible art and furniture. Casa Casuarina became a famous landmark. But beneath the sunny surface, a darker side existed. A city of extremes. The drug trade had brought violence and crime in the past. This beautiful city, full of life, was about to become the scene of a terrible crime. Andrew Cunanan was a mystery. He was a chameleon, someone who could change his personality to fit any situation. He was born in California and was very smart. He was a brilliant student in school. People who knew him said he could talk about anything. He read a lot of books. He knew about art. He knew about history. He knew about literature. He was charming and funny. He could make people like him very easily. He wanted to be a part of the rich and powerful world. He wanted the life he saw in magazines. But Andrew Cunanan was also a liar. He told grand stories about himself that were not true. He would tell people he came from a wealthy family. He would say his father was an Israeli millionaire. He would say his father was a Philippine tycoon. In reality, his family was not wealthy. His father was a stockbroker who had to flee the country for financial crimes. Cunanan lived in a world of fantasy. He created a fake life for himself because he was ashamed of his real one. Behind the mask was a very dangerous person capable of terrible violence when he felt rejected or ignored. In the spring of 1997, the mask finally came off. Andrew Cunanan began a killing spree that shocked the nation. It started in Minneapolis, Minnesota. His first victim was Jeffrey Trail, a former Navy officer. Cunanan beat him to death with a hammer. He became the next victim, David Madsen, an architect and former lover of Cunanan's. 2 days after killing Trail, Cunanan forced David Madsen to flee with him. Near a lake in rural Minnesota, Cunanan shot David Madsen in the head and left his body by the shore. His next victim was a 72-year-old real estate developer named Lee Miglin. Cunanan tortured and killed him in his own home. After the murder, he stole Miglin's car, a green Lexus, and more money. His fourth victim was a cemetery caretaker named William Reese. Reese was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Cunanan shot and killed him just to steal his red pickup truck. Andrew Cunanan was placed on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list. A massive manhunt was underway, but the killer had disappeared. For 2 months, he vanished completely, setting the stage for his most shocking crime yet. On the morning of July 15, 1997, the sun was shining brightly over Miami Beach. Gianni Versace walked to the news cafe on Ocean Drive. He bought his coffee and Italian magazines. He climbed the few stone steps to the front gate of his magnificent mansion. At that exact moment, a man walked up behind him. He was Andrew Cunanan, who had been hiding in Miami for 2 months. Cunanan raised a handgun and fired 2 shots. The bullet struck Gianni Versace, and he fell to the steps of his own home. A witness saw Cunanan calmly walk away and disappear into the Miami Beach crowds. An ambulance was called immediately, but the damage was too severe. The news spread like wildfire. Gianni Versace was dead. The world was in disbelief. In that single violent moment, the party in Miami came to a screeching halt. The vibrant paradise was now the scene of an infamous crime. The murder of Gianni Versace launched one of the biggest manhunts in United States history. The Miami Beach police and the FBI immediately took over the case. Police found the shell casings from the gun and talked to witnesses. The description matched Andrew Cunanan, already on the FBI's most wanted list. Police quickly found Cunanan's getaway vehicle, the red pickup truck. Inside the truck, they found Cunanan's clothes, his passport, and newspaper clippings about his previous murders. The manhunt intensified. His face was everywhere. It was on every news channel, in every newspaper, and on posters across the country. The hunt for Cunanan was incredibly difficult. He was a master of disguise. They searched everywhere: hotels, airports, and bus stations. They followed up on thousands of tips from the public. Cunanan was like a ghost. He had vanished into thin air. The entire city of Miami was on edge. People were scared. The killer could be anywhere. He could be anyone. For 8 long days, the city held its breath. The death of Gianni Versace sent shockwaves around the entire globe. People everywhere felt a sense of personal loss. Memorials appeared outside Versace stores from Milan to New York. Flowers, candles, and notes left by mourners. The fashion world was devastated. Versace was a leader and friend to many. Giorgio Armani and Karl Lagerfeld spoke in sadness. Supermodels he made into stars were heartbroken. Kate Moss, Linda Evangelista, Cindy Crawford, all openly grieving. His funeral in Milan drew thousands. Princess Diana and Elton John attended. Other celebrities filled the cathedral. Diana sat front row, her face filled with grief. 1 month later, Diana would die in a car crash in Paris. The summer of 1997 turned into a time of public mourning, an end of an era. Versace's family and company were hit hard, Donatella stepping into leadership while grieving, with Santo helping keep the business running. They showed strength and vowed to continue Gianni's vision. The fashion world watched to see if the house of Versace could survive. On July 23rd, the police got a break. A caretaker at a Miami Beach houseboat noticed a light was on when the boat was supposed to be empty. Police surrounded the houseboat in a tense, dramatic scene. Officers used loudspeakers. "Come out with your hands up. This is the police. You are surrounded." The standoff dragged on for hours as the nation watched on live television. After a long wait, SWAT decided to storm the houseboat. They moved in slowly and cautiously, searching room by room. They found Andrew Cunanan dead. He had taken his own life with the same gun used to kill Gianni Versace. The most wanted man in America was gone. The nationwide manhunt was over, but his death left unanswered questions. He took his secrets to the grave. The biggest question remains unanswered. Why did he kill Gianni Versace? Some believe they met before. Maybe Cunanan felt rejected or was jealous of Versace's success. The why behind the Versace murder is a puzzle that may never be solved. Today, the legacy of Gianni Versace lives on. His sister Donatella successfully continued his work. The Casa Casuarina is now a luxury hotel. The steps where he was killed have become a somber tourist attraction. The story of Gianni Versace and Andrew Cunanan is a tragic tale of light and darkness. It reminds us that even in the brightest paradise, darkness can be hiding. If you found this story important, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And let me know in the comments what cases you want me to cover next.